Record number 103 is Electric Light Orchestra, A New World Record. This is from 1976. And our friend Jeff Lynne, who's the head Daddy Rabbit over there at Electric Light Orchestra, is the lead guitarist, singer for ELO. It's on the United Artists record label, and I have said in the past that United Artists really does have some of the worst looking, the most boring looking labels in the business, but look what they did special for ELO. Look at that. That looks very cool. So hats off to United Artists for taking that extra step and making something that's usually pretty dull into something pretty nice. Okay, number 5 on the Billboard Top 200. The average selling price of this album right now is around $8 to $18. The high was $80. It was their 6th studio album. So there you have it. That's that. Okay, our next one is from 1983. You know what that means? We got the barcode there. Okay, this is ELO, and Secret Messages is the name of the album. And it's on the Jet record label. I'm not sure if Jet is a subsidiary of United Artists or its own independent label, but we'll have to investigate that. The vinyl is in very good shape. So is the sleeve from the 1980s. Peaked at number 4. Average selling price of this album right now is $8 to $18. It was their 10th studio album. Electric Light Orchestra. Now, last summer, was it last summer? Pretty sure it was last summer. Last summer, ELO toured here and played at one of our local venues. It's called the Acrisure Arena here in the Coachella Valley. And I do remember that it sold out quickly and that the tickets were pretty pricey. I heard from several people that went there that the tickets were muy expensive. So anyway, that's just something, you know, they're still out there and still getting people to come through the door. Okay, next one is from 1973. So we were in 83. Now we go backwards to 73. This is, I think this is my favorite cover of ELO because everybody's showing you their belly buttons there. That's pretty cool. So this is ELO from 1973. It debuted at number 52 on the Billboard Top 200. Average selling price is $8 to $20, and it was their 3rd studio album. Okay, songs. Side 1, Ocean Breakup, King of the Universe, Bluebird is Dead, Oh No, Not Susan, New World Rising, and Showdown. Side 2, Daybreaker, Ma 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 Bell, Dreaming of 4000, and In the Hall of Mountain King. So that is ELO. Okay. Next is Ole, ELO. Got some good-looking girls there on the front cover, and nice album. This is from 1976, and I guess. Yeah, this is on the Jet Records as well. Okay, 1976, Jet Records. It has a featured full-length, unedited versions of Kamali and Roll Over Beethoven. Kamali, did I pronounce that right? Kiyama, Kuiama. Anyway, it runs 11 minutes and 10 seconds. And then it's got Roll Over Beethoven, which is 8 minutes and 2 seconds. So this is original pressing that features that. They said that the next versions were much less as far as content is concerned. So anyway, nice album. 1976, it went gold certification. Average selling price was from $8 to $20. And it was their first American compilation. So I guess this was the first ELO album that we were exposed to. So, okay, 1974, Takes us to El Dorado from ELO. And let's see what we got here. El Dorado Overture. Can't get it out of my head. What a classic that is. Boy Blue, Laredo Tornado, Poor Boy, Mr. Kingdom, Nobody's Child, Illusions in G Major, El Dorado, and El Dorado Finale. So, Electric Light Orchestra. This is 1974, number 20 on the Billboard Top 200. Average selling price is between $10 and $22, so it still commands some pretty good money. This one's in very good shape, but as you can see, it's got some residue from a price sticker right there. The vinyl is in excellent condition. It's their 4th studio album, and they incorporated, Jeff Lynne incorporated a full-size orchestra rather than using the synthesizers. So, hats off to him. And that's a nice album. Okay, so let's put my post-it note over there. Next one is from 1982, and this is Fleetwood Mac. Okay, so we're getting out of the ELOs and we're going over to Fleetwood Mac. This is the Mirage album, and there you go. So just part of the business. Let's see which record label this is on. This is on the Warner Brothers record label, as you can see here. This was their 13th album, and it topped the U.S. Billboard chart for several weeks, is the only information that I could find out about that, or that was noteworthy, I should say. Fleetwood Mac, Mirage, 13th album. Okay, next is their, this is the big one. Okay, this is their 11th studio album, and it is Fleetwood Mac, Rumors. And this is one of the best-selling albums of all time. Okay, not just for Fleetwood Mac, one of the best-selling albums of all time, period. So here we go, Fleetwood Mac, Rumors. Again, it's on the Warner Brothers. This is the Palm Tree Warner Brothers, like that. It's got the total California scene there. Secondhand News, Dreams, Never Going Back Again, sorry. Don't Stop, Go Your Own Way, Songbird, The Chain, You Make Lovin' Fun, I Don't Want to Know, Oh Daddy, and Gold Dust Woman. The band was going through a severe relationship breakups and personal turmoil. Now, isn't that funny that everybody involved in the making of this album was just at their worst personally, and it came out to be the greatest album, one of the greatest albums of all time, at least in terms of sales. Sales, care to take a guess at how many albums this has sold worldwide since its introduction? And it still continues to sell well. If you take a look at recent LP sales, Fleetwood Mac Rumors is like either number 1 or number 2. So it's still very much sought after. Anyway, the answer is 40 million plus copies worldwide. One of the best-selling albums in history. Average selling price for this record is $12 to $28. I may have told you this story before, but I used to sell albums to a guy here locally that had a record store. And when I would buy a big collection, I would just sell the stuff that I either already had or didn't want. And Fleetwood Mac, you know, shows up in most collections, and he loved when I would give him the Fleetwood Mac, because he says, you know what, this will sell later on today. This is fly out the door. So anyway, Fleetwood Mac. All right, another Fleetwood Mac. And this is just called Fleetwood Mac. And I think this is on the Reprise record label. What a memory, huh? Look at there. And do you remember who owned the Reprise record label? Answer is correct. You've done your homework. Frank Sinatra owned the Reprise record label. Okay. So let's put this over here. This is from 1975. Number 1, went 9 times multi-platinum. Wow. Average selling price is $15 to $35. Reprise Records, we already talked about that. It is their 10th studio album. Okay, side one. Monday Morning, Lindsey Buckingham. Warm Ways, Blue Letter, Rhiannon, Over My Head, Crystal, side two, Say You Love Me, Landslide, World Turning, Sugar Daddy, and I'm So Afraid. So great, great music. Fleetwood Mac. And I think Mick Fleetwood, didn't he have, yeah, he had a restaurant out in Maui a couple of years ago when that horrible fire engulfed Maui. I think his restaurant was one of the ones that got burned up in that. I'm pretty sure that's correct. But anyway, he's gone on to do other things that are of interest to him. Okay, our last Fleetwood Mac album is from 1980. This is on the Warner Brother Records as well. This is a 2 LP set, and it was recorded live. So it's live, 2 LP set, 1980, and it was recorded during the Tusk tour. And this album's in good condition, not great. You can see some ring wear there, some just overall, looks like a coffee stain or something right there. And the vinyl's in very good condition, but it's nothing to write home about. Warner Brothers, again, they stayed true to Warner Brothers. I wonder what the connection is, if any, between Warner Brothers and Reprise. I have to look into that. So that's Fleetwood Mac live from 1980. Look at that. We escaped the barcode. So no barcode. Yay. So anyway, that's Fleetwood Mac, and that's it. I think I have one or two more Fleetwood Macs somewhere that we'll eventually get to, but here we go. Foghat live. Let me tear off my sheet here so I don't keep giving you the same information. 1977, I was a young man of 17 years when this album came out. Foghat live. I think, yeah, there's only 6 songs on this album. 6 songs, but they are great songs. It's a live album. Fool for the City, Home in My Hand, I Just Want to Make Love to You, side 2, Road Fever, Honey Hush, and Slow Ride. Boy, I'll tell you, I can still remember my Zenith turntable with, I hate to admit it, with the stacker, and we used to put Foghat and Molly Hatchet and what are some of the others that we would put on there. Anyway, we would load it up, and you know, it would play Ted Nugent, so one album would play and then slam, the next record would come down. Oh, it was a horrible thing. But anyway, the Foghat is on the Bearsville record label. I'm not going to take it out. You're just going to have to take my word for that. But 1977, average selling price is $10 to $15. And oh, here's something really interesting. If you are into kind of the finer points of vinyl, you know who Robert Ludwig is. He's a famous, what is he? Not an artist. He's a engineer. And to get a Robert Ludwig pressing that has been mastered by Robert Ludwig is a really big deal. Well, there are some of these that were actually mastered by Robert Ludwig. So his most famous is the Led Zeppelin, which we're going to get to in a few minutes, Led Zeppelin album, but I thought that was pretty cool. So Foghat, I checked mine. Unfortunately, it does not qualify for the Robert Ludwig scene, but anyway. Okay, Foreigner. Got a few Foreigner albums. This was Foreigner's 4th album. This was Foreigner's 4th album, so what did they name it? They named it Foreigner 4. That's a good thing. Okay, this has the original shrink wrap and hype and all that stuff. Even got the sticker from Tower Records. List price was $8.98, and Tower had it for $5.99. Brand new record for $6. Atlantic record label. You know what do you get for $6 nowadays? Not very much is the answer. Cup of coffee at Starbucks, and that's pretty much it. Okay, Foreigner for Urgent, Waiting for a Girl Like You, Jukebox Hero, and Nightlife. Let's take a look here and see if I got two things. Yeah, this was their fourth studio album. Foreigner consists of Lou Gramm, Rick Wills, Mick Jones, and Dennis Elliott. Urgent, if you know who Junior Walker is, the saxophone, the great saxophone playing on the song Urgent was none other than Junior Walker. So, what do you think about that? It was #1 on the Billboard. It was their fourth album. We beat that already. And average selling price is $5 to $15 for used copies in good condition. Okay. Let's see here. Next, we go to 1984. This is Agent Provocateur, also by Foreigner. Atlantic record label. I'm not going to show you that. It's not much to see there. I Want to Know What Love Is was their big hit. It went #1. 3 times platinum. There are 10 tracks of music on this, and the average selling price of this album in good condition, good, very good, 10 to 15 bucks. So if you got yourself a Foreigner album, you got gas money, a little bit of gas money. Okay, next one is from 1978, and this is just Foreigner. This is their Double Vision album. I still remember, I guess, not the day that the album came out, but I remember after I heard Double Vision, I ran down and got a copy on cassette. And boy, I was really thrilled about that. It was a big deal. Okay, once again, Atlantic record label, excellent condition, and this album it's in really nice condition. So there you have it. Oh, it's their second album. The average selling price is $8 to $12. Hot Blooded was their big hit. Whoops. Might have to edit that out. Probably won't, though. Okay. Back Where You Belong, Blue Morning, Blue Day, Double Vision, Hot Blooded, I Have Waited So Long, Lonely, Love Has Taken Its Toll, Tremonte, and You're All I Am. Wow. That's a lot of music. Okay, Foreigner, Double Vision. Is that Double Vision? Yeah, Double Vision. Oh, and then the other thing that I failed to mention was that I guess they couldn't agree on the cover image, and it was changed several times. So there's a few variations of this Double Vision out there. So be on the lookout for it. Okay, now we go to 1979. Foreigner, Head Games. This was their third studio album, and it's got the young lady in the men's urinal. So you can interpret that however you wish. It's got Dirty White Boy, Love on the Telephone, Women, I'll Get Even With You. It's a good song. 17, Head Games, The Modern Day, Blinded by Science, Do What You Like, and Rev on the Red Line. Okay, great, great music. Foreigner, Atlantic record label. Average selling price is $8 to $12 for used copies. And the cover caused controversy, I wrote down. Okay, next is 1977. And this is Foreigner's album, Foreigner. And this is a reissue. It features Cold as Ice and Feels Like the First Time. I remember the first time I heard Feels Like the First Time. It was great music, just great. Okay. Atlantic record label, nothing to see there. It's in great shape. Average selling price is between $10 and $15, and this album has sold over 4 million copies. So that's pretty good for classic rock. Anytime you're selling 4 million copies, you're doing something right. Okay, Tommy James and the Shondells. Now this is a Netherlands pressing, believe it or not. I don't know how I came up with this one, but it's a nice album. And see right there, it's on the, let's see, it's a Dutch pressing. It's SR International is the name of the label. And as far as average selling price, who knows, okay? The the side, Kant, K-A-N-T, Kant 1 is Money Money, Do Unto Me, I'm Taken, Nighttime, I'm a Lover, and Run Away With Me. Kant 2 is I Think We're Alone Now, Real Girl, Mirage, Don't Let My Love Pass You By, It's Only Love, and Hanky Panky. I also really liked Crimson and Clover from Tommy James and the Shondells. I think that's a terrific record. Okay, a terrific song, I should say. And that was 1968. Wow, I was 8 years old, 1968. Okay, now we go back on 19. It's 1979. Get the Knack comes out, and this is a great album. Several different copies I've had of this. This one by far being the nicest. This is in great condition. It is on Capitol record label. Excellent, excellent. No issues there. Let's gently put this back in there. Not drop it anymore. Let Me Out. Your number or your name, Otara. She's So Selfish. Maybe Tonight and Good Girls Don't. Side 2, My Sharona. Heartbeat, Siamese Twins, Lucinda. That's What the Little Girls Do, and Frustrated. So 5 weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Top 200. It's got 12 songs, and the average selling price of this for just good condition is between $8 and $12. So. Next, Led Zeppelin. Now, before you get too excited and you're thinking Robert Ludwig and original pressing, this is far from that. This is, let me tear off my sheet there. Otherwise, I'll give you the information about the Knack. Okay, this is a reissue from 1977. This was in really good condition. So, you know what I always say about really good condition. If you get a really good condition, it's probably not a first pressing. Okay, so there you have it. It is. It's in nice shape. 1977. Nice shape. Atlantic record label. I love the red, white, green, and black color combination. That just really looks great. Okay. Side 1, Good Times, Bad Times. Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You. You Shook Me. Dazed and Confused. Side 2, Your Time Is Gonna Come. Black Mountainside, Communication Breakdown. I Can't Quit You Baby, and How Many More Times. Led Zeppelin consists of John Bonham on the drums, Robert Plant, lead vocal, Jimmy Page, electric guitar, and John Paul Jones, bass, organ, and backing up vocals. So, Led Zeppelin, 1977. The original of this album was released in 1969. So this one was produced 8 years later. Still didn't have a barcode, thank God. But anyway, it is a repress or reissue. First album, we got that. Okay, so that's all I have to say about that. We're almost done. Next one is Grand Funk Railroad. We're an American band. Now, several years ago, one of our local casinos, Agua Caliente Casino in Palm Springs, the first weekend of every year, they would put on a free concert outside of their casino there in Palm Springs. Well, one of the years it was Grand Funk Railroad, and we went and saw Grand Funk outside in Palm Springs, and they were amazing. They really were at the top of their game. You know, they were like all of us. They were approaching, they were old at the time, but it was still great music. They really did a tremendous job, and it was, 90 minutes of rock and roll. We're an American band. But anyway, this album, turns out, is an original press. Anyway, it's one of the first that was produced because of the gold inlay here, and I have to be tender with it. The vinyl is this yellow, they called it yellowish. I think it's more orangish. At least that's what it looks like to me. more orange. But it's got great songs. Here we go. Do No Harm. Do No Harm. Okay, side 1, We're an American Band. Stop Looking Back, Creepin', Black Licorice. Side 2, The Railroad, Ain't Got Nobody, Walk Like a Man, and Loneliest Rider. Okay, Grand Funk Railroad. It was, of course, We're an American Band was their #1 single, so that was very popular back in the day. We're an American Band, and they still play the heck out of that song. It was recorded in Miami, Florida. And the early copies have the gold gatefold, which we already talked about, the yellow translucent vinyl. Average selling price is $12 to $20. And Todd Rundgren produced this album. He was only 25 years old at the time. So good for you. Capitalist Todd Rundgren said, you know what? I'll put my money where my mouth is. Okay, 1978, our last record of the day is Heart, and it is on the Mushroom record label. It was number 17 on the Billboard Top 200. Heart is Ann and Nancy Wilson, as you probably know by now. That's cool, huh? Mushroom record label. So this thing is in really nice shape. There's a little crease right there, but you know what? I don't lose any sleep over that. So that is, let's see, average selling price is $10 to $22. It was their second studio album. Okay, so that's it for this session. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Stop recording.